bano kupela filambu ifya kusana.
Kama ne filambu. Awe nje kwayo kukonko kwena nje beni fingi balifi.
Alachasha no mwana alelila muntu wandi kanshi uwakwebele imfwa yakwano ko adi mutanshi kanshi kuwangira bantu kulivira mwifya kusana ne vivira mufika bako mukwayi majombo nangula magambutsi amagadi games ivyangalo vya vipepala mukwayi na fimbi po efe tukala sambilila pakutila twinga paka mishangi kwa shesu kabili chikaba chimu kichocho tukashamurwa kula cho tukashala tulese kapopye nende kwa shesu alale
wayo ngaifu fweba abana nangula fweba kweto lupo lukalamba tulyaba aitwa kwisango lupo nangula shani bantunga mwalo rekisha abana nabina awo bumita bulipo
aleni maso nshire mpapa washala kubwangalo kusuma na mayo na bashitata bonse natwitwa kuli ubungalo obo tukakwata okunongela momu fya masambililo ayengi mkwayi afya kupeke mishabumi bwesu kabiline nisungile isuma iya mabuku yesu mkwayi
awe ngesimulangile kuli filambu na ine wine mkwayi ndekonka
Mwana kote ububwangalo bukamera kwisa kanshi namangalo yesu muno mulwakula yakaba kunchenjoku pa 8 August tukaba kukawambwa uku kukaba ni kwa shikalaba elo mukawambwa mwine pa 9 August tukaba kuchibote elo tukesasera ukuya mumwense apapa kabani pamulundu primary school nobushiku bwa 10th August elo nokuselapo nokuya mumansa apapa kabani pamuchinga ground nobushiku bwa pa 11th August mumansa mwine tukesaserapo tukaya pamahumba nobushiku bwa 12th August kabiri nokwisaserapo kuya munchendeya sampya apapa kesa abantu pa 13th August kanshi bonse twaitwa tieni tukasangweko kumasambililo ya suma kabiri na kumangalo ayalekana
News. The Kyoto News. The Kyoto News. The Kyoto News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Good evening and welcome to the KFM News Evening News at 18:15. Today, the 7th of August 2024, to present, I'm Kondwani Tembo. We take a look at the stories making headlines. Government denies allegations that police killed illegal miners at Kasempa Gold Rush. ZPPA writes to FIC over public procurement cases cited in the latest report. Village headwoman Kawesha Wishi warns the residents with undeveloped and incomplete plots to repossess. And in international news, Putin accuses Ukraine of provocation amid alleged border incursion. And in sports news, Kelvin Mwanza leaves Musa as the top ZSL clubs queue up for free agent. And now the news in detail. Labour and Social Security Minister Brenda Matamba has refuted allegations by former President Edgar Lungu that some illegal miners were allegedly killed by law enforcement officers who went to disperse the miners who recently invaded gold mines in Kasempa district of Northwestern Province. Addressing the media in Lusaka today, Ms. Tamba, who is also a Kasempa Member of Parliament, says a check at all the health facilities in the district has revealed that no such death was recorded in the district. Ms. Tamba Tamba has also refuted reports that the mines that have been invaded by illegal miners, who include foreign nationals, are dormant. She says the said mines have legal license holders, hence the decision by police to move in and remove illegal miners that were trespassing on the mines. And Mines and Minerals Development Minister Paul Kabuswe has warned the owners of the said mines that they risk losing their licenses should they allow illegal mining in their licensed mines, saying it is their responsibility to ensure no such activities happen on the lands that they've been illegally been given. The Zambia Public Procurement Authority, ZPPA, says it has written to the Financial Intelligence Center, FIC, regarding public procurement-related cases cited in its latest report. Speaking during the 2024 second quarter briefing in Lusaka today, Acting ZPPA Director General Justin Matimuna says the authority has requested for information on the actual procurement entities and companies involved in the cases, including a new company that was awarded a contract worth 5 million kwacha. Mr. Matimuna says FIC has responded to the request and is scheduled to have a meeting with the authority over the cases cited in the report. He has, however, stated that it is not irregular for a new company to be awarded a contract provided the firm shows compatibility to deliver services. Meanwhile, Mr. Matimuna has disclosed that ZPPA in a second quarter of 2024 undertook a total of 12 investigations on various procurement matters, out of which 8 were concluded and 4 were ongoing as of 30th June 2024. Mr. Matimuna says the authority also considered 11 appeals during the period under review, out of which 7 were concluded and 4 were ongoing as of June 30th, 2024. Village headwoman Kabwesha Wishi has issued a stern warning to residents in her village who have left their plots undeveloped and incomplete. Speaking to KFM News, the traditional leader expressed her frustration with the situation, stating that idle plots hinder the village development. She revealed that some residents have left plots with only bricks on them for years, while others simply hold on to land without any construction plans. Headwoman Kabwesha Wishi has imposed a 2-month deadline for residents building on their plots, which she says failure to comply will result in the land being reclaimed by the leadership, by the traditional leadership.
Ndivaimba kofia foundation, ndivaimba kofia fishima, ndivavika kofia mabricks, so fyalipanga nomba fibolya kaili nomba fitantala ero vandu vasungingirira fyempanga kupoka ploti ikulu kwabula okugomba kuna kupano ngati waveta vandu valatani okwisa vambi nali vapera kofia nokwati vafwire vavo ichi chalisendera okwati amashina yavo nambi ali vanakuvakana vesi so ndekavira okwati abantu vachitadde okubwangu bwangu mumyezi fye ibiri uwapo kakalenga alipo kalishiwa chalikwate chitantala fuya kwatache myezi ibiri afuya okwisha okukula ngatakudirepo techitantala chako chitantala chandinga mwine muchikamushi kuba shakusha devo kwati pali ino chitanga chako atitabakula tababombera kabiti tatu twali mwana lapo na bena nokulanda na bena badifiro okubombera nishi bala beko techitantala chako kwati
Meanwhile, headwoman Kawasha Wishi highlighted the critical shortage of clean and safe water in the village. She emphasized that urgent need for a borehole to be drilled, as villagers currently have to travel long distances to Kakomwe to fetch water.
nga kuntende okundinga nemune mushi takwafika nangu mmenyi kanshi wali babwafya kuti tuwalomba kukubo chile kuma batupera kwa menshi na ifwe na kumana laini batisha kwa malaini ya mapaji ya menshi tuwachoini shamuna ifwe tuwakwata kubusuma kwa menshi tuwasekera mukulingana nokuyanda kwa muchalo chesi nangula batuimbira kushama bosi bapenda apa banyimba mushi wandi ukalamba ero menshi mwaba che boyi naina nokubomba kali ino sataibo mushi yarusuba abantu abengi amenshi barashupikwa ulaba fyo kuyimo kuyafika kukakomwe era bantu barafika fena mu trades ukulomba fye kwa menshi ukufuma mu mushi mubyandi era bata mupepya kwena fya makilomita sena bengeshi bafyo kufuma pa kakwesha wishi bani kati mwana ona era okwisa afika mu trade bata.
Northern Province Minister Honorable Leonard Mabo has commissioned the first ever digital X-ray machine at Chilubi Island District Hospital. The event was attended by several dignitaries, including Chilubi Member of Parliament Mulenga Fube, District Commissioner Risto Mushembe, Provincial Health Director Mpasha Ward Councillor, traditional leaders, and community members. And Chilubi District Hospital Medical Officer in charge, Dr. Tracy Musonda, says the new X-ray machine is expected to significantly improve healthcare services in the district by reducing the need for residents to travel long distances for X-ray examination. She says previously, Chilubi Island only had one X-ray machine located at Santa Maria. Dr. Musonda expressed gratitude for the new equipment, stating that it will greatly benefit the community.
So it was done on Monday, 6th August. Yes. Currently here on the island, we had one X-ray machine, which is in Santa Maria, and the distance from Chilubi Island Hospital to Santa Maria is very far. And the roads are very bumpy. So it's now having an X-ray of our own. We're no longer going to be sending patients to Santa Maria Mission Hospital, which will help us with our diagnostic accuracy as well as cost for sending patients to.
A senior citizen of Mansa, Paul Mambili Makalwa, has called on government to prioritize the improvement of road infrastructure in the province. Speaking to KFM News, Mr. Karwa expressed concern over the deteriorating state of roads in the region, highlighting the urgent need for rehabilitation. He emphasized that well-maintained roads are essential for unlocking the development potential of the province. The senior citizen urged the UPND government to focus on delivering development across the country rather than being influenced by political considerations. While commending former President Edgar Lungu for completing a project initiated by his predecessor, Michael Sata, Mr. Kalwa encouraged the current administration to adopt a similar approach by continuing and completed projects.
Constituencies was kwambira kuitende chembe masamsha chifulamu mansa chipiri kawambo mansa wambo ncherenge na chienge districts lero sambire tuwa president bana amaki kufesa roke kwa patriotic front here isho abombere wino sa kutwala emisego isuma n'amabridges ubutashaka ikiga cya Gwadongo okufikirisha mirimo yashire ba president wa Tusha Michael Tufasaka, Wamia, Misemo, Amawa Bridges, roundabouts, Nama roads, Lero, PPN, Chilepo, Wamia solution and the this.
Rehabilitation and reshaping of the plunge pool at the Kariba Dam have been completed, and the refilling of the plunge pool has started. Speaking during the plunge pool refilling, Energy Minister Makoza Chikote said this not only marks a historic milestone in the energy sector, but a renewed commitment to addressing the current energy challenges being faced between Zambia and Zimbabwe. He said that the rehabilitation of the Kariba Dam is critical to expanding the lifespan of the dam and growing the economies of the two countries. And Zimbabwe's energy minister, Edgar Amoyo, has also thanked the financiers for the support they continue to render to the Zambezi River Authority as the Kariba Dam rehabilitation project has reached a 70% completion. The European Union (EU), who are the financiers for the rehabilitation and the reshaping of the plunge pool, praised the Zambian and the Zimbabwean government. Health Class Advisor Henrique Holoe said that the two governments have shown their commitment to ensuring the transformation and modernization of the two economies through the Kariba Dam rehabilitation project. And the Zambezi River Authority Acting Chief Executive Tekombiso Mplanga said that the rehabilitation and the reshaping of the Kariba Dam plunge pool was inevitable because it was threatening the stability and safety of the dam. Meanwhile, AFDB chief country economist said that the over 294 million United States dollars rehabilitation project is a massive undertaking that involved international collaboration and funding. Action Institute for Policy Analysis Center, AIPAC, has expressed concern about reports of vendetta resources mistreatment of Zambian employees at Konkola Copper Mines, KCM. AIPAC Executive Director Solomon Ngoma, in a statement, has disclosed that the new Chief Operations Officer, Malcolm Maywet, has allegedly terminated contracts of long-serving employees without benefits. He therefore notes that Vendetta's action contradicts their promise to create employment and empower Zambians, and saying the taxed 2,500 bonus payment raised concerns. He has since demanded immediate sanction over employee mistreatment, fair treatment, and compensation for affected employees, transparency in the bonus payment, and government intervention to protect Zambian interests. Mr. Ngoma has also highlighted Vendetta's financial mismanagement as evident by the increase of 245 million United States dollars for suppliers and contractors, and yet only Kitwe, Chingola, and the Chililabombo councils have received payment, while some suppliers remain unpaid, exposing Vendetta's financial instability. He has since urged the government to seek a valuable alternative investor and further called on Minister of Mines Paul Kawuswe to address Vendetta's behavior and enforce constitutional obligations, adding that such actions demonstrate a lack of commitment to the Zambian workers and communities. And before we take a short commercial break, we take a look at local stories making headlines. Government denies allegations that police killed illegal miners in Kasempa Gold Rush. ZPPA writes to FIC over public procurement cases cited in its latest report. Headwoman Kawe Shawishi warns residents with undeveloped and incomplete plots of repossession. And when we come back in international and sports news, Putin accuses Ukraine of provocation amid alleged border incursion. And in sports news, Kelvin Mwanza leaves Musa as top ZSL clubs queue up for the free agent.
If it matters to you, it matters to us.
And now we continue with the news. President Vladimir Putin has accused Ukraine of launching another major provocation after defense officials said Ukrainian troops crossed into Russia's Kursk region on Tuesday. Moscow said the troops, supported by 11 tanks and more than 20 armored combat vehicles, crossed the border near the town of Sudak, 10 kilometers from the front line. In a televised remarks broadcast on Wednesday afternoon, Russia's chief of general staff, Vladimir Gerasimov, told President Putin that the advance into the Kursk region had been stopped by Russia's forces continuing to destroy their adversary in the areas directly adjacent to the Russia-Ukraine border. He further said that up to 10,000 Ukrainian troops had entered the region with the aim of taking over the area around the town of Sudak, and the Russian forces had already killed 100 men and injured another 250. Ukraine has yet to comment on the Russian allegations. Comoros President Azali Assoumani has granted sweeping new powers to his son Nouma El Fath, allowing him to intervene at all stages of government decision making after putting him in charge of coordinating government affairs last month. The president, 65, whose re-election in January was tainted by allegations of voter fraud, has been accused by opponents in the Indian Ocean nation of preparing his son to replace him when his term ends in 2029. He has not commented on the allegations. El Fath did not immediately respond to the request for comment. In his role, El Fath's power will include evaluating ministers and intervening at all stages of execution of government's decision, according to a presidential decree published on Tuesday. And in sports news, midfielder Dynamo Kelvin Mwanza has left Zambian Super League side Musa following the expiry of his contract. And the Zambia Foods crew exclusively reveal young Africans and Simba are keeping tabs on Mwanza. The two Tanzanian giants have entered the race to sign the 21-year-old. Apart from the East African giants, Nchanga Rangers, Power Dynamos, and Zesco United have all expressed interest. He is not short of suitors, a Zamfoot crew source has said. Mwanza has been one of the consistent midfielders in the last 3 seasons. Brazil thrashed world champions Spain to set up a repeat of the 2008 Olympic women's football final against the United States in Paris on Saturday. Irene Paredes' own goal set Brazil on their way, with Gabi scoring a second on the stroke of halftime to stun the side that many had tipped as favorites for the golden medal. Adriana added a third for Brazil, who were still without their all-time leading scorer, Marta 38, after she was suspended following her dismissal in the Group C defeat to the Spaniards, while Duda Sampaio headed into her own goal to give Spain hope. Keroni rest clear in the first over 15 added minutes to score Brazil's fourth before a Salma doubled alert consolation for Spain. Spain will now play Germany for the bronze medal in Lyon on Friday. Brazil are now guaranteed to at least match their previous best showing in the competition when they won a silver medal in the 2004 and 2008, and both occasions losing to the United States. And before we end the news, we take a look at the stories making headlines once again. Government denies allegations that police killed illegal miners in Kasempa Godra. ZPPA writes to FIC over public procurement cases cited in the latest report. Headwoman Kawisha Wishi warns residents with undeveloped and incomplete plots of repossession. And lastly, in sports and international news, Putin accuses Ukraine of provocation amid alleged border incursion. And in sports news, Kelvin Mwanza leaves Musa as top ZSL clubs queue up for the free agent. Here we come to the end of the main news headlines this evening. For more, you can catch the news headlines at 20 hours and the main bulletin on tomorrow's breakfast show at 6:45. Me, Konwani Temple. It's good evening and pleasant listening.
The